Secretary Pangandaman, can you please give us a breakdown po of the confidential funds in the 2026 proposed budget?
Office of the President with 4.5 billion pesos po. Next is the Department of National Defense. 2026 National Expenditure Program is 272.3 billion pesos po. 272.3. Tama. Wait lang. The total is 274.926 to be exact. Yung 272.333, it's under the Department of Public Works. While the remaining 2.593 billion po is under the Metro Manila Development Authority. Okay, these projects po, as I mentioned kanina, ito po mga programa na to ay pinopose nung dalawang ahensya. So when we went through the budget preparation po, we asked them dun sa aming budget call na dapat pinagplanuhan, hindi lang walang plano, pero may proper planning at may corresponding FS and studies, yung mga flood control projects na nakapasok sa Department of Public Works and Highways at MMDA. So expect them to fully complete and tama po yung mga lugar na pinaglagyan nila ng flood control projects. Maybe when they go here in the House of Representatives for their budget deliberation, they can explain further kung saan nakakalat yung mga projects na yan.
So in terms of the details of the NEP, I will defer to Secretary Pangandaman and the DBM family for that. But on the part of the House, when we do our assessments in general, the President was very clear when he presented a few days ago which areas were most flood prone in the country. The President listed all the provinces, and my province, Nueva Ecija, was part of that list. And we will make sure that the flood control projects will be focused mostly on those areas. Kasi yun identify as the most flood prone. We will also coordinate with the respective RDCs and the respective regions, because there should be like an overall flood mitigation plan for the different areas. So those are the things that we're going to look at in terms of the need. So yun essentially, that's the mechanism that we will employ on the part of the House to make sure that the flood control programs and projects that will be there in the GAB and then later on the GAA will really be in those areas where they are most needed. So yun po. Thank you, Ms. Kat.
Thank you very much. Okay.
May we invite Ms. Yayam Dizon, Mr. Yayam Dizon, social media influencer, for the next question.
My question is for Sec Pina. Ma'am, amidst all the tensions and unrest in other countries, like in Gaza and other conflict areas, do you have programs directed to our bagong Filipinos, no, to protect and assist them? And if there are any, how much is budgeted for them?
Budget, ma'am, to protect our OFWs.
To protect and assist them.
Yayam, hi. Good morning. Under the Department of Migrant Workers for 2026 NEP, meron po tayong 10.202 billion po na naka-allocate na budget para sa kanila. Out of that po, merong 1.2 billion pesos na allocated para sa isang programa po nila, yung Action Fund. Agarang, Kalinga at Saklolo para sa mga OFWs na nangangailangan. This will provide assistance to OFWs, including repatriation, shipment of remains, evacuation, rescue, and other analogous help or intervention to protect rights of the Filipino nationals. Tapos, meron din pong 1.287 billion pesos po for the Emergency Repatriation Program. Nagbibigay din po ito ng assistance in bringing back distressed OFWs and human remains during crisis such as war, epidemics, natural and man-made disasters, or similar events affecting the OFW employment. Meron din po diyang, ang mga suporta po dyan ay pwedeng in the form or transportation, temporary shelter, food and hygiene kits, mental health services, cash and medical aid, funeral services po dun sa mga pumanaw, immigration-related fees and other support for shelters of OWAS 24/7 services. Sir.
Okay? Thank you very much, Sec Mina. Next question, Marco from Philippine Star.
This question is for Secretary Mina. Ma'am, I just want to know, House Speaker Romualdez earlier said na magkakaroon tayo ng open BICAM. So, paano po ba yung mechanism nito? Ano po yung specifics? And at the same time, paano po natin may iwasan yung mga, sorry for the lack of a better word, but backdoor communications?
Ang yung chairman natin ang sumagot dahil proseso nila dito yan sa Kongreso, yung BICAM.
Very much.
Hello?
Hello? Ayan, better.
Umaandar ba yan?
Opo. So there are ongoing talks between the House and the Senate. I am in very close coordination with my counterpart in the Senate, the chairman of the Committee on Finance, the Honorable Senator Win Gatchalian. So in terms of the, I guess, the rules of engagement and the nuances in terms of the BICAM, ongoing pa po yung discussions. But the goal really is the BICAM would be mostly focused on reconciliation. Reconciliation meaning looking at the disagreeing provisions between the two chambers. And it's going to be, we're going to try to make it as open as possible in terms of visibility on what those disagreeing provisions are and what the agreements are. So perhaps at this point po, as the dahil ongoing pa po yung pag-uusap sa pagitan ng Senado at ng Kongreso patungkol po doon sa mismong open BICAM. If we may get back to you po once more of the details are ironed out in the coming weeks. Thank you po.
Thank you, Chairperson Sonsing. For the next question, may we invite Ms. Tina Panganiban Perez from GMA.
Hello?
Good morning po to all. Secretary Pangandaman, can you please give us a breakdown po of the confidential funds in the 2026 proposed budget? Like how much po will go to what agency? And for Kong Swan Sing, how will the House Committee on Appropriations po assess the confidential funds allocation?
Morning, Tina.
Morning po.
For the confidential and intel funds, for 2026 National Expenditure Program, ang total po ng Confi and Intel is 10.77 billion pesos. Ang breakdown po nito is confidential is 4.368 billion at ang Intel po ay 6.398 billion pesos. Ito po ay bumaba from the GAA ng 1.35 billion pesos or 11.18%. Breakdown. Hindi ko mabasa. Ito po, hindi ko po mabasa. Blurred siya. Blurred siya. Okay. Sa total na lang, Ms. Tina, and then I can give you, kasi may breakdown eh.
Yes po.
So for the, ito. Ito. Ayan. So ang pinakamataas po is Office of the President with 4.5 billion pesos po. Next is the Department of National Defense with 1.9 billion pesos. 1.848 billion pesos. And then, other executive offices po, maraming breakdown. Kasama po kasi dyan yung Anti-Money Laundering Council, Games and Amusement Board, NICA, National Security Council, Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation and Unity, Philippine Drug Enforcement. Yung lahat pong yon, merong 2.292 billion pesos. Pero ang pinakamataas po naka-receive dyan is yung, of course, yung NICA po, with 1.471 billion pesos. And then the rest po are Commission on Audit will also receive 10 million, Ombudsman with 51 million. Yun lang po. I can provide you po the breakdown.
Thank you po. For Congressman Sy.
Thank you, Ms. Tina. On our side, on the part of the House, we'll assess it based on, so as per the general provisions, there are certain agencies and offices that are allowed to have confidential intelligence funds based on necessity, primarily those engaged in national security and those that have police and enforcement powers. So yun po yung magiging batayan natin sa ating pagbalangkas ng mga proposals pagdating po sa confidential and intelligence funds, kung alin lang talaga yung mga opisina at mga ahensya na talagang kinakailangan iyon. So yun po, meron po dito sa ating NEP, sa ating general provisions, meron po kasi dong criteria kung sino po yung pwedeng humawak ng confidential and intelligence funds at yun po yung gagamitin natin na balangkas para po tignan kung magkano at kung aling mga ahensya yung ating pong pagkakatiwalaan ng CIF.
Kung nabanggit po ni Secretary na bumaba from the 2025 yung proposed for 2026, sa assessment nyo, pwede po bang bawasan pa yun ng APRO?
Siguro po titignan po muna natin kasi po ito yung unang pagkakataon na nakita din po natin yung NEP. So titignan din po natin yung previous levels, yung trend analysis natin sa mga nakaraang taon. Pero posible pong bumaba, posible ding ma-retain, posible ding tumaas. Hindi po natin masasagot yung katanungan na yon. Makikita po natin yan sa kurso ng mga deliberasyon natin.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Kong Mika, Sec Mina, and Ma'am Tina. Next question is from Dirks Rosal from Manila Bulletin.
Hello po, good morning po. First, Sec Mina. Sec, if you could rehash, when it comes to recipient units, which national government agencies will get the biggest share of the proposed national budget? And can we have the top agencies with increases and top agencies with decreases? We'd also like to know the rationale of such changes. Thank you po.
Okay, yung tatlong tanong yun ha.
Pwede yung top 10, the usual, no? Number 1, Department of Education with 928.52 billion pesos. Next is the Department of Public Works and Highways, 881.31 billion. Next is Health with 320.52 billion. Next is Defense, 299.3 billion. Interior and Local Government with 287.48 billion. Agriculture with 239.16 billion. Social Welfare with 227.05 billion. Transportation with 198.60 billion. Judiciary with 67.94 billion pesos. And Labor and Employment with 55.22 billion pesos. Gusto ko lang i-share din, no, para malinaw na yung sa health, kasama po dyan yung sa specialty hospitals natin, yung budget nila, yung ating subsidy sa kanila. Lung Center, Heart Center, at National Kidney. Meron pong nakapaloob doon na 6.69 billion pesos. And yung budget sa PhilHealth na 53.26 billion pesos. For the Department of Agriculture, nakapaloob din po doon yung budget ng Department of Agrarian Reform. May 17.39 billion pesos doon. At yung mga support natin sa GOCCs na attached sa Department of Agriculture, may 67.84 billion pesos doon. And for the social welfare sa DSWD, kasama po dito yung sa NCSC, yung sa Commission on Senior Citizens. May nilagay po tayo dyan na budget na 3.601 billion pesos. So sa increases, I think relatively makikita nyo po na yung Department of Transportation ang may pinakamalaking increase doon sa total budget from the GAA amount. I think it's more than double or triple pa nga yata. What's the DOTR, GAA? Ano yung GAA? Po ng DOTR is only 87 billion pesos this year. And then the NEP is 197.3 billion pesos. Yan yung may mga major increases. Of course, Department of Education, kasi number 1 siya. Department of Health, tumaas din siya. Department of Agriculture, tumaas din siya. Decreases. Or NEP? Nag-decrease. Yeah. DPWH. Malaki yung increase ng DPWH because and COMELEC. Yan. Kasi non-election year. Isang DPWH, marami pa po kasi silang ongoing projects from this year's level. If you will, of course, alam naman po natin yan na nag-increase yung 2025 GAA ng DPWH. So marami pa pong ongoing dyan. So kung you'll peg it at the same level, baka mahirapan. Yung absorptive capacity din po ng agency ang tinitingnan natin.
Thank you, Sec Pangandaman. May we call on Sir Haji Caaminio for his question?
Good morning po. My question is for Secretary Pangandaman. Yung sa issue naman po nung 4-piece, may we know lang po yung difference sa NEP for this year and sa GAA sa proposal po ninyo for next year. I understand na may mga calls to expand the 4-piece. There were some naman na nagsasabi dapat daw pong i-abolish na. And there were fears ng budget cut para po sa 4-piece. May we know po yung wisdom behind the allocation for 4-piece. And yung AKAP po ba, mayroon pa po bang allocation for 2026? Maraming salamat po.
Yung 4-piece po, we all know may batas yan, di ba? So, meron yung computation kung ilan ang beneficiaries na binibigyan natin. So, for NEP 2026, we provided a total budget of 112.997 billion pesos. So, intact po yan para sa lahat ng recipients ng ating 4-piece. So, you will see an increase because there's been a reduction from this year's budget. Doon po sa AKAP, wala po yung AKAP sa budget ng DSWD for next year.
So, follow-up lang po. So ibig sabihin, wala pong allocation for AKAP next year?
Wala po.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next question is from Billy Vegas of Abante.
Magandang umaga po. Kay Secretary Pangandaman po. Tatanong ko lang po kung magkano po yung allocation para sa 20 pesos na bigas for next year.
$29.9 billion. National Rice Program. 10 billion po. 10 billion pesos. Tapos, kasi it's a rice program po under the department, it's a flagship program po under the Department of Agriculture. So, National Rice Program. So, meron pong 10 billion dyan for that. And then, nakapasok po kasi siya sa isang programa under that, which is Rice for All. And then, meron 29 billion, almost 30 billion, kasi yung sa RCEP. Yung bagong batas po natin sa RCEP, nag-increase na yung proceeds. 30 billion na po siya for next year.
Ma'am, linawin ko lang, kasama po rito yung ina-allocate para po doon sa subsidy.
Yes, sir. Kasama po.
Thank you po. Kay Kong Mika po, Kong, totoo po ba na binago yung legislative calendar para daw ma-accommodate na ma-approve ng House yung on third reading yung budget bago mag-break?
So, yesterday po, inadopt po ng both houses, on the part of the House and the Senate, yung pag-amend po ng legislative calendar. So, instead of ending on October 3, October 10 na po yung bagong end ng legislative calendar before the short recess. So, we're confirming po. As we always do, and as the speaker said po, we will do our best to finish the budget as soon as possible. So we will work hard po, tuloy-tuloy po yung ating mga deliberasyon para po kung kakayanin natin ay maaprobahan na din po sa third and final reading. So we're working on that po. We're going to work as fast as we can at kung ano man po yung kaya nating tapusin by October 10. Maaga din po tayo magsisimula ng deliberasyon dahil ngayon po ay nasa sa atin na yung NEP. Sa Lunes po, August 18 ay magsisimula na po yung DBCC. So yung DBCC, pag kinek off po natin yan ng August 18, tuloy-tuloy na po lahat ng ating mga committee hearings at pagkatapos po nun yung ating mga deliberasyon sa plenaryo. Kaya tuloy-tuloy po tayo mula po August 18 hanggang October 10.
Thank you, Chairperson Swansing. For the next question, may we call on Ms. Mela Lesmoras from PTB4.
Hi, good morning po. Kaya Sec Amina lang po yung tanong ko. Ma'am, gaano po kalaki yung allocation ngayon at mabibigyan ba ulit ng pondo yung para sa AFP Modernization Program? And i-relate ko na rin kasi ang AFP din naman, ang dami nilang tinutugunan pa rin problema nandiyan yung West Philippine Sea. Paano natin in-incorporate at pinahalagahan yung mga isyong kinaharap ngayon ng AFP para sa pagbabudget sa kanila? Thank you po.
AFP Modernization Program po, meron tayong 40 billion, tama ba? Page 12. Sa AFP Modernization Program, we provided 40 billion pesos. Tama ba ako? Walang amount. Ayun. Meron po. Yes. 40 billion pesos. This is an increase of 5 billion pesos if you compare it with the General Appropriations Act. 35 billion lang po yung nakalagay sa GAA natin ngayong taon. So meron tayong 40 billion for next year and ano pa? Ayan, may dadagdag si Secret.
Asek Rhea de la Vega for BPEG.
Yes po, magandang hapon po. For the additional sources po ng modernization, in order to address kasi talagang malaki yung pangangailangan, meron ho tayong batas, na isa batas, yung pong Self-Reliance Defense Act. Kaya po, pinag-uusapan, pinag-aaralan kung paano po tayo makakapag-access ng other sources, like for example, yung mga loan or grants. But also in addition to the provision natin sa GAA, meron din po tayong nakukuha doon sa special account nila, yung pong nasa SBMA natin na share niya.
Thank you, Mela. Thank you, Sec Mina, and thank you, Asek Rhea. Next question is from Chris Paler, Palerista TV, social media influencer. Yes, sir.
Hey ma'am, ang tanong ko po ay para kay Ma'am Amena Pangandaman. Ma'am, tanong lang, mula sa 2026 national budget, magkano po doon mapupunta sa LGU under NPA at magkano po magiging allocation nila? Salamat.
Thank you. Salamat sa iyong tanong. NTA. Okay. Ang total po na funding para sa, ito po yung tinatawag na allocation to local government units, ALGO po, is 1.344 trillion ang total po dyan na for 2026 National Expenditure Program. And of that amount, 1.191 trillion accounts for the national tax allotment. So if you compare it from this year's budget, automatic appropriations po to, sir. So if you compare it for this year's budget, tumaas po siya ng 158.5 billion or 13% po ang tinaas. Ito po kasi kinukompute po to depende po, may batas po to and it's automatic appropriation. Kinukompute po to, depende dun sa revenues po ng buong ekonomiya natin and then we give them their share. Yun po, sir.
Okay, thank you po.
For the next question, may I call on Mr. Ed Sarto from DZME?
Good morning, Secretaries and DBM, and also to Congresswoman Swansea. Based on your briefer, ma'am, the debt burden is already pegged at 978.7 billion pesos, close to trillion already. And this is, I understand, is automatic appropriations. For hindi ko pa na-browse yung briefer, may we know how much is the proposed planned borrowings for next years to finance this 6.793 trillion pesos. Thank you po.
Okay.
I'll ask Asek Romy to reply.
Asek Romy?
Yeah. So meron tayong deficit na around 1.5 trillion for 2026 and there will be a gross borrowing around 2 trillion na hihiramin pa ng ating Department of Finance. So ang mangyayari, pero ang debt to GDP ratio natin from 2025 is already at 61.3% of GDP. We are trying to really move towards a downward trajectory until 2028 magiging 60.3% of GDP. Tumataas yung utang, pero we make sure that our GDP growth would really outgrow our debt increases. So kailangan po natin tingnan natin na yung debt to GDP is actually decreasing over time. Ngayon, paano natin ma-ensure na yung debt to GDP is decreasing? Titingnan din natin yung deficit to GDP. Yung deficit to GDP po natin ngayon for 2025 is targeted at 5.5%. For next year, 2026, bababa po siya ng 5.3 deficit to GDP. So may kita natin na kahit tumataas yung utang, yung deficit to GDP ay pababa po. Ito po ay totoo hanggang 2028. And kung extend pa natin hanggang 2030, meron din kaming projection para dyan na makukuha natin ng 3%, 3.1% to GDP by 2030.
Last question po. How much is the target revenue collection for 2026? BIR and Bureau of Customs and other earning agencies. Thank you po.
Okay, for 2026, yung total revenue collections would be 4.983 trillion. And then yung tax revenues would be 4.6 trillion. Non-tax revenues would be 350 billion. And then yung disbursement natin nasa 6.6 trillion. So all in all, ang ating deficit would be 1.6 trillion and that's equivalent to 5.3% of our GDP. Pababa po yung deficit to GDP.
Thank you, Asek Romy.
Thank you. For the next question, may we call on Ms. Krisha Subing from Inquirer?
Hello po, good afternoon. Balikan ko lang po yung tanong ni Haji kanina regarding yung AKAP po. What is the wisdom behind removing po the allocation for AKAP for 2026?
May natitira pa pong pondo for 2025 and like I mentioned a while ago, we receive a total of 10 trillion pesos na proposal from agencies. And given our limited fiscal space, hindi pa po muna natin siya sinama.
And then, how much funding po will the Build Better More program receive in the 2026 NEP? And what percentage of the country's GDP does this represent po?
Build Better More program, ma'am. How much funding will the Build Better More program receive in the 2026 NEP po? Ilang percent din daw po ng GDP?